Hello and welcome to the Flooring Models Friday catch-up show. Here we are with you on the 14th of June 2024 after a really busy week. To be honest with you, following on from the great work from you guys as well over the weekend for the 80th anniversary of D-Day builds, then straight into this week and then dealing with this, it's pretty much been a full-on week. But big thank you to everybody who joined us over the weekend. Did some great work. I finally finished off this little lump on last night's live show. So as you can see, this is my little Hasegawa 48 scale Typhoon teardrop kit. And it's a great kit. No frills, nothing exciting, but actually it does build up to something very nice indeed. So again, we used a little bit of this as well and spoke about it this week during the actual builds we've been doing, but it is absolutely fantastic. And you guys, to be honest, produce some absolute great kits as well. In the space of 1 week, amazing work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of them put together, including the ones that were completed over on our Instagram page, and we'll do that for a gallery section at the end of the Friday show next week. And say today we've obviously got the one from the 1944 SIG. Amazing work in that one at the end of the show, and again we'll talk about that in a minute. So if you have finished your build, just leave them where they are and all the rest of it, and then I'll come along and collect them all the right way through, and then I'll get the build threads put over to the correct locations where they need to be in the forum next week as well. So don't panic about that. I am on top of it, and I will be showing your great work next week. Anyway, after that amazing weekend we had, it all started on Monday with the Apache. So as you can see, looking absolutely fantastic and splendid. Thank you for all the kind feedback on this one. So in this part, basically, we went on about finishing it off. So it's putting on all the clear parts, doing all the detailing work and things like that. So the tabs, we've got the gun installed into it. We've got all the engine covers put on and sorted out. We showed them in the nice open position. We repainted up the exhaust to make them look all nice. Then we got the doors on as well. So we've got the gunners and the pilot doors installed and put into position. We finished doing the little decals, like the no grab decals, things like that, ground onto these as well. Putting in all the little sensors. So we've got the radar warning receivers and things like that all installed into it, windscreen wipers and that. Then we armed it up. So we used some Hellfire. So we got the radar guided ones as well, the bigger ones there, and the laser guided ones done as well. So we got those in. Then we had to go around and do a little bit of fixing work. So obviously we were popping through, putting on things like brass tube to replace all the ones I managed to snap off during the build. Then we got all the lights installed onto it. And then obviously you can see up there, we got the wind correction little gizmos up there as well, and that completed off our Apache build. Beautiful build, thoroughly enjoyed it. It's one of those kits that just falls together and it goes together really well. I remember doing, gotta think who it was, either the Hasegawa, the Academy one many years ago, and it's not a brilliant kit. And it sort of fought you along the way. And being a helicopter, what you don't want is it to fight you, because you've got too many sticky out bits and nodules and things. It's like armor with wings. And the thing is, they get broken off and you can damage things doing it. If you've got a kit that goes together really nicely, then it's a dream. And this was an actual dream. I can highly recommend it. So you can see the weathering that we did down in there with the oils as well, cleaning into the actual raised rivets and stuff, looking very nice indeed. So anyway, that completed off our build right the way into this one. As you can see, thoroughly enjoyed that one. There is some more photos up as well. So say we've got these ones as well. There will be more photos coming of this once I get the actual diorama base done for it. So I'm planning on doing a diorama base for this one and adding a little bit more weathering when it's in situ as well. So stay tuned to that one. But again, for the moment, that does complete the build. 13-parter. And I absolutely lapped up and loved every single minute of that particular build. Anyway, members, you can go off and see that part now. And if you want to go off as non-members as well and have a good look around them all, literally just pop onto the actual video builds page, just on here, click on the old Apache, and as with all our builds, you can see the photo montages right the way through. So again, you can just go into these, click them through and go through all the high-res images as we made our way through the builds as well to keep up with them. So you can see all of that down in here. It is free to see. All right, you only have to be a member to actually watch the video. So if you want to have a look at any of those ones, you can do. It doesn't cost you a penny, as we say down in there. Anyway, that completes off that particular video build, as you can see. And again, we've got about 130 down in here as well, full video build. So if you want to go and have a look at any of those ones, you can do. They're all down in there as well. And obviously we started on the actual Halifax, God help me, which obviously we'll talk about in a little while. Anyway, carrying on with that one, we moved on to Tuesday. So Tuesday, we brought back Tool Tuesday. So Tool Tuesday will now be basically the theme for Tuesdays, where we'll be looking at general tools, kit reviews, bits and pieces all on a Tuesday, because the traditional Phil and Matt show is now moved to a Thursday night, as you'll see shortly. Anyway, down in here, we were going through all the motions of it. So obviously, we were talking about finishing off the Apache and looking at some details on that particular one. And then we were going through looking at how we were getting on with the actual Typhoon and how we did the stripes, because a lot of people asked about doing the stripes and that. So I've shown you basically you got some old calipers, and then obviously we just measured up what we were. We know they're around about 9.5 millimeters in width. So then we needed to transfer that onto something. So for that, we use the Infini or the Display cutting boards. And again, they are grooved. So your knife follows the groove as you go right the way through. Both of them pretty much the same. The Display one's slightly different. It's a little bit bigger. But basically what you've got is distances down in there from 0.4 mil to 1 mil for doing any tapes with those gaps. And you'd be amazed how handy that comes in, because I haven't bought actual normal thin masking tape and things like that for years, because I just use this. I find it a lot easier. Plus the fact you can do other things with it as well. So again, we were showing about doing that, and we actually did it in practice to show you how it will go, going right the way through of putting them down. And then we were looking at other versions of them, because they do lots of different ones. So we've got other ones that do sort of ovals, as well as doing sort of circles and all different ones in between, and going through the motions of doing those and cutting them out, which have made a right hash, because I was trying to show you on camera, which is never good when you're trying to show people, but there we go. Hopefully it will come out. There we go. So if you needed to mask up covers and things like that, this is absolutely fantastic for it. Plus the fact with all the other shapes that they do as well. And they said you've got a light side and a dark side, just like the Force. All right, but you can see all of those ones down in there. Anyone can go off and see that show. It was Tool Tuesday, 11th of June. Go off and see that one now. Daily vlog was obviously with the members, and to be honest, I was moaning like hell and ranting about the state of this kit that we're working on, because it's awful and not nice, but we are modelers and we will get through it. So if you want to go off and see that, members, you can see that one is up with you right now. Then we brought into us, oh, sorry, it's reverted back. Let me just go in. There we go. To the actual live show. So we've moved the Phil and Matt traditional recorded Tuesday show, and we've moved it to a bi-weekly or every other week on a Thursday night. All right. So we were doing the usual things through this particular one. So we were looking at the latest kit releases. Love that box art. That's just stunning. Really, really nice. And going through all the motions of what we've been up to over the course of the week. And then obviously we're looking at latest releases, what's coming down the line, some of the pre-orders that we're doing. And then obviously we're looking at terrible kits and how they don't go together very well. And Matt's working on one as well. So he's doing the Hampton by Fondare Miniatures as well, God help him. So he's doing that one. I'm doing this one right the way through. Anyway, if you want to see these shows and us answering questions and everything else, and then part of the show as well, I was taking off the wash, because obviously I needed to get the Typhoon finished, and I was only doing it on all the live shows. So it was sort of part of my little way of going through. But anyway, we were getting that one done and taken care of as well. So if you want to see all about that, just pop over to the Phil and Matt live show, 13th of June, and you can catch up with that one. And that gets us to today's little piece of work. So this little piece of history, if you haven't seen the review, go off and see the review, because I do mention it's awful. It's a horrible kit. It's gnarly. It's just not nice. And yeah, it's got lots of flash, and it took a long while to clear it up and to try and take care of it and everything else like that. And well, yeah, as you can see, it just, yeah. That's just say, it doesn't go together very well. It doesn't fit very nice. And the kit's got hundreds of inconsistencies right the way through. And that's the big problem with this kit. It's got lots of errors. So please don't flame me for when I put this one together, because I am not going to take care of all the errors on this particular kit. Two reasons. One, I don't want to. And secondly, it will turn what should be a 2-month build into a 2-year build to correct all the problems with this particular kit. And you know what will happen, because as soon as I finish it, HK Models will announce that they're doing one. And if you just wait 6 months, you could build their one. But until that arrives, we're having to do this particular kit. God, I hope they do one. But anyway, it should be okay. It's one of those things. We've gone through, we've cleaned it up, we've tidied it up. It's not nice. I've got lots of problems with the kit. We've got short shots. We've got the resin is crumbling to dust when you touch it. The white metal's just bent out of all recognition. Most of it looks like toffee. And I've got half the clear parts are missing. Apart from that, it should be fine. Should be no problem at all putting this together. But if you go off and see the review, you'll see just how bad this particular kit is. But now we've got it somewhat together. So I've cleaned up all the parts so they don't look quite as bad as they did now. All right, I think we're going to be all right. Two things we're going to have to do with this particular kit. One is we need to strengthen it up because the plastic is incredibly thin and soft. So when you handle it, you can dent it. And I'm worried about if you pick this thing up, you're going to bust the seams because there's no pressure. So we're going to put some extra bulkheads and, headers and things like that into this one as well. And some formers in the wings as well, just to give it a little bit more rigidity. I am missing the wing spars from the kit as well. So we're going to have to redo that. And I'm going to make them be a little bit nicer and hopefully fit a little bit better as well, because those are just horrible as well. I am replacing the engines, you might have seen as well. So we got some of the Vector Bristol Hercules engines for it, because the white metal ones again are a little bit not so good. Apart from that, it's all going to be good. But we're going to rescribe, we're going to re-rivet it, so we're going to take care of really the outside pretty much nicely. We'll redo, because obviously a lot of the actual control surfaces are just a mess, so we'll redo a lot of those with it as well. So I think by the time we somehow manage to make the cockpit work, because none of that fits either, we should be okay. So we can get it together, structurally sound and solid, then we can work on some of the niceties like rescribing, re-riveting it, trying to fix a few little errors with it, figure out how we're going to do a lot of the clear parts as well, and we should be good to go with it. So watch this particular build, but if you are a rivet counter, which is pretty much all of my work, don't look, because I will drive you up the wall, because you'll be screaming at the camera, at the TV, going, look, you're doing that wrong. You need to do this, that, and the other. Yeah, I'm going to do it my way and just hope to God it all works. All right, so we should be okay with it. But anyway, so far I've sort of got a rough idea what we're going to do with the cockpit now, which is quite nice. So I think on Monday, we're just going to plow into it. We're going to get the cockpit together, we get it painted, we get it weathered up, and then we can think about obviously putting all the strengtheners into this one, rescribe it maybe before it goes together, and then obviously we can think about, right, let's get it together, get it buttoned up, get it structurally sound. Then we can then push on with all the other difficulties with this particular kit. So if you're into really bad kits and watching people struggle, this is the one for you. Think Mac 2. In fact, I think this may be even worse than Mac 2. I think Mac 2 was pretty much okay compared to this one, because at least that generally was all right, even though it's completely wrong, if that makes sense at all. Anyway, should be a lot of fun. We'll watch out for these builds as they make way through. They'll be on a lot of the live shows as well and stuff like that. And now we've got a little special word from the lovely Corrine over at Braveco with a few problems they've been having with shipping to the UK. So, what's wrong? What have you done? What have you broke?
I haven't done anything. I want to do things, but I can't. Hello, everyone, by the way. Well, I just wanted to tell the people that we have a lot of problems with deliveries to the UK. I will say it nice. We had the Brexit, not the Brexit, but the Brexit. And since then, it's really hard to send packages to the UK. We have lots of problems. We get a lot of packages back with notes on it like data missing, and we don't know what, because there's nothing on the package. Well, you know, Phil, sometimes I ask you if the address is good, and the address is good. Everything is good, and still it comes back. And it's costing a lot of money. It's costing a lot of frustration. And I don't like to disappoint our customers for waiting so long. But now we have a new courier. We're going to try and send it via them. And we hope that the problems are over. But yeah, if this is going on like this, it's hard to say. But then I think we have to stop sending to the UK, because it's not worth it. It's costing a lot of money and a lot of frustration. And I want to send the stuff ASAP to the customers. Everyone knows that. That's our service, but we can't give this service right now. It's terrible. So yeah, I love it that everyone is ordering from us, but it's frustrating.
I must admit, it's exactly the same from this side as well, because obviously when I ship, Occasionally now, to be honest, you do 90% of it for us, but occasionally it comes back or it gets held up in customs for ages. And again, I've checked all your paperwork and that. I can't see any reason why they can't be delivered in the UK. It's exactly how I would do it. But again, some of the couriers, for whatever reason, it just seems to get tied up. And I know how frustrating it can be. And I know how frustrated you are with it as well, because you like to get the orders in and out as soon as possible, you know, and, you know, to give the customer good service. So, yeah, it drives me mad as well. So, yeah, not just you.
Because when they tell me what's wrong, that's good, because then I can see what I can change. But they don't say anything. It's just data missing. That's it. Okay, but what? Tell me. Is the address not good? Is because we have the how do you call that? The extra, the customs delivering
numbers
notes. It's all there, and we put it on top of the box, because before we put it on another side, and they said there are no customer details. Yes, they are if you just turn around the box, but they don't do that with customs. So we put it on top. So next to everything is good with the codes they have to have. And still it's coming back every day when the bell rings, and it's like, oh, there's a delivery guy. It's like, oh no. And there's a guy,
back.
Here you are. And I'm like, I didn't order anything. And look, like, okay, no, someone else ordered in the UK and it came back.
Yeah. I know.
And it's especially for the customers, because everyone knows if you order something, and when we have it in stock, we send it as soon as possible, because I hate it for waiting or something. But we do it, but they make it impossible.
Yes.
And I don't know why. Maybe just to tease me or something.
So anyway, up on your lovely new site now. Is all working well though?
Yeah.
Got all the bits now. It's all up and working. So if you want to go and have a look over at the site, you can do as well. Obviously, links are always down below, absolutely everywhere. And you can go through the store. Obviously, we've got all the Flooring Models Europe side of things on here as well. And you've got a nice new button now to go into there. So we've got all the pigments, you've got all your washes, you've got both types of mugs, you've got the trays. In fact, you've got trays, I haven't got trays, we're out of stock. And obviously you've got the thick washes down in there as well. I know, there is a restock.
Yeah, also, we are waiting for the new stock from China. And I also want to tell the customers, the members and the customers, that we order it, and China, well, I will say it nice, they are not that quick. They are not that. It's because it lasts very long before we get the stock. So sometimes the people have to wait longer. And that's also frustration, because we want to send, if someone buys something, we want to send it as soon as possible. But when we're waiting for the stock, I can't. So I hope the people know that it's not on, how you say that, on purpose.
Yeah. It's not your fault. It's
not my fault. I really try. And now we're waiting. We hope to have, it's Thursday now, we hope to have beginning of next week, I think, the new stock. But they say it, and it can be a week or 2 weeks. I don't know. But as long as they know that we try. But sometimes I'm like, okay, I can't do anything.
No. Well, hopefully, as you say, we'll get the supply problem sorted to the UK, so you can get selling over here again soon. And then obviously the stock turns up as soon as it possibly can. But no.
Yep.
Good. Never mind. But thank you for popping in to let us know. We will speak to you very soon, and we'll get you on a live show as well. No problem. We'll see you soon. Okay?
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So yes, we've all been there. I've had loads of trouble, obviously, shipping. That's why we basically stopped shipping to Europe, and she's doing it. So hopefully it'll be okay. But it does work the other way as well, because I bought quite something expensive a couple of weeks ago, and it bounced back as well. It couldn't get through the UK customs because apparently it's missing data on it as well, and it got sent back, and I had to cancel the order because of it. So it's very, very frustrating both directions. So they would sort that out, please. I know Brexit and all the rest of it. I'm not going down that one, but I'm just going to say it worked perfectly before that. And now look at it. It's absolutely horrendous from both sides. So you never know, hopefully. But we won't talk about all political stuff because we don't do that here. Anyway, a couple of things to talk about. Obviously, over on the PM store, they've got their offers running. You might have seen on last night's show. So basically, we've got the PM Models UK.com store, and so we've got some great deals down in there as well. So we've got the Mini Art Thunderbolts, just 25 quid. Honestly, go and get one for your stash because it's absolutely a fantastic kit. If you do want to build along with me, because this is my next video build after this one, after the Halifax, if I'm still alive, this is going to be the Osprey. So again, it's another rotary thing, almost. Does it count as a helicopter? It's VSTOL, so yeah, don't know. Anyway, we're going to be doing that one as well, so stay tuned for that one. That one will be starting in a couple of weeks. We've also got that gorgeous Bradley that I did the review of as well, so again, good chunk of cash off of that one. And then if you were following at the weekend and you saw Nathan building the 109, that's the kit he was doing, so you're going to want to grab that one as well. And then last up, we've got a venerable old classic, which is still the finest one, well, hopefully until we magic battery one turns up, of the Hasegawa Skyhawk as well. And that's a beautiful, beautiful kit. Plus the fact we've got your pigment jockeys as well, so if you want to grab any of those ones, they're available at a discount price as well. Don't forget, we've got all your usual bits and pieces. We've got your paints, your glues, all your sundries. We've got your kits. We've got you covered on every count as well. So just pop along to the PM Models UK.com store and you can get all your bits and pieces from them down there. And don't forget, if you want us to help me out as well, you can pop along to the Flory Model store. Just click on the store. You can go through. You've got all the links for our stockists. If you want to go to the lovely Kareen as well, she will be down in there. You can catch up with that one there. And we've got all your washes. We've got all your pigments. And we've got all your merch and a few other bits as well. If you want to grab any of those ones, those are available for you right now. And that is about it for this week. So, as promised, I have worked on it solidly all day yesterday. Finally, the SIG reveal for the 1944 SIG. Beautiful work by you all. There's some absolute stunners in there as well. So congratulations and well done to everybody who took part in it. So sit back, relax, about 6 minutes, and you can catch up and see what everyone's been up to over the last couple of months here at Flory Models. So that's it from me. Happy modeling. Take care. I'll see you soon.